the most remarkable events in human life. It's a powerful, perfectly coordinated process, one that begins with the very first contraction, and ends with the very first nourishment a newborn receives. But behind this beautiful moment lies an incredible biological story, a story of hormones, feedback loops, and a mother's body working in perfect harmony to bring new life into the world. In this video, we'll explore how labor begins, the stages of childbirth, and the fascinating science behind lactation, the first act of care a mother gives her baby. Let's begin with childbirth and lactation, how life begins. Labor begins with strong, rhythmic contractions of the uterus, working to push the baby, and later the placenta, out of the body. Once this process starts, chemical messengers like prostaglandins and hormones such as estradiol and oxytocin step in to keep things moving. At the very heart of labor is a fascinating biological mechanism called a positive feedback loop. As pregnancy nears its end, levels of the hormone estrogen rise sharply. This increase makes the uterine muscles more sensitive to oxytocin, priming the body for efficient contractions. When labor begins, uterine contractions send signals to the brain. In response, the hypothalamus stimulates the posterior pituitary gland to release oxytocin into the bloodstream. Oxytocin travels back to the uterus, triggering stronger and more frequent contractions, which, in turn, cause even more oxytocin to be released. Alongside oxytocin, the uterine tissues release local chemical messengers called prostaglandins. These intensify contraction strength and help the cervix soften and dilate, allowing the baby to pass through the birth canal. Together, estrogen, oxytocin, and prostaglandins form a powerful biological team, driving labor forward until the baby is safely delivered. Childbirth happens in three main stages. First, the cervix slowly opens from 0 to 10 centimeters, making space for the baby to pass through. Next, the baby moves down the birth canal, and with a few strong pushes, is born into the world. Finally, the placenta detaches from the uterus and is delivered. This is called the afterbirth. 3 stages, one incredible journey. But childbirth is only part of the story. After the baby is born, the mother's body begins another amazing process, lactation, the production of milk to feed the newborn. When the baby suckles, tiny nerve signals travel from the breast to the brain's control center, the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus tells the anterior pituitary gland to release prolactin. This hormone signals the mammary glands to make milk. At the same time, the posterior pituitary releases oxytocin. This hormone causes the milk to flow out, a process called the letdown reflex. It's a beautifully coordinated system, making sure the baby gets the perfect food, at the perfect time, straight from the mother. From the first contraction to the first feed, childbirth and lactation are incredible examples of how biology is perfectly tuned to support new life. And it's a reminder, the story of life doesn't end at birth, it's just beginning. If you enjoyed learning about the science behind childbirth, hit like, subscribe, and check out my other videos on science. Thank you for your attention. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and never stop being curious about the science of life.